What's up and welcome in. Season 21 of Destiny 2 is bringing a ton of exotic changes. Season of the Deep is going to have a bunch updated exotic armor. I'm making videos on the ones that stand out to me that might be possible end game viable for Grandmaster Nightfalls or Master Raids, that sort of thing. And one of the ones that stuck out to me is Second Chance, the Titan exotic gauntlets. Right now they do this. You gain a second charge of your shield throw melee, which becomes shield piercing and stuns barrier champions. Currently, I don't use this very much, and it's because there's so many other ways to pierce barrier champion shields. It is incredibly easy to do this season with Radiant and things like that. This seems pretty useless right now, honestly. I know some people love it, and they love having 2 shield throws, and it is nice to get your class ability back, get grenade cooldown, stuff like that by using your melee. It does all work together to give you more energy for your abilities, but honestly, I felt like this is pretty weak, but the changes are exciting. So now the shield throw melee now weakens enemies. That's the part I'm most excited about. And stunning a barrier champion with your shield throw melee grants a single full melee charge. That's something I've heard a ton of people wanting on this, and now that we're getting it, I think it is going to be a game changer for this exotic. So in barrier champion Grandmaster Nightfalls, I think this is going to be a good play. I don't know if this is going to be meta defining and the best possible option. I think there might be other options that make it easier for your whole team, but as far as stunning champions, this is going to be incredible. You just always have a stun, a free stun that you can refund as long as you hit your shot. So that opens you up to being able to run other weapons. Like this season, it's pulse rifles that stun barrier champions or sidearms, or there's some exotics that do it too, like Wishender or Arbalist or things like that. But if you run this Second Chance, you don't have to run one of those weapons. It opens you up to run other types of weapons. And how I've set this build up, it really opens you up to freely run whatever you want, especially in your energy and your heavy slot. So let's talk through how I've set this up. On the subclass, I got Ward of Dawn. This gives you a big damage buff and can save your team from a sticky situation. It is not quite as great as a Well of Radiance because if you step out of it, you lose your overshield and you just immediately get killed, and that's no fun. But Ward of Dawn is really strong for certain Grandmaster Nightfalls, can really save you. And also one other thing about Ward of Dawn is that you can just pop it to spawn orbs. Base cooldown of this is only 7 minutes, 657. You can just, as soon as you get this, pop it, give your team orbs, give everybody a little bit of a boost towards their supers, and it also gives you a buff for a little bit. And then the abilities, I have Rally Barricade because I'm using Bastion just to get this back fast. Even in Grandmasters, I still run Rally Barricade. Towering Barricade can sometimes just get in the way, and you can put that up and your teammate immediately shoot a rocket into it or stuff like that. Find that Rally Barricade is plenty of safety enough and gives you that overshield from Bastion. Strafe, lift, or whatever jump you want. Shield throw, have to run this with Second Chance. Get 2 of these with Second Chance. Hurl your void shield towards a target. The shield can ricochet off targets and surfaces, granting overshield for each target hit. We'll come back to this and talk about it more as we talk through the build. But then vortex grenades, I like this grenade because it brings everybody into a center point, and then you can just do more and more damage right in the center of wherever you threw that vortex. It also stays around for a while and continuously damages. Then for aspects, I have controlled demolition. Hitting a target with a void ability or volatile explosion makes them volatile. So that includes your shield throw, and now you have 2 of them. So you can make them volatile with your shield throw. Further damage to a volatile target causes them to explode, grants you and nearby allies health when volatile targets explode. That part is really important. Grants you and nearby allies health when volatile targets explode. So the more enemies that you can make volatile, the more health you're giving you and your allies. And then Bastion, cast your super to grant overshield to nearby allies. Casting your Barricade grants overshield to yourself and nearby allies and empowers it, enabling it to slowly regenerate the overshield of allies bunkering behind it and extend their overshield duration. This is huge. This is probably my favorite part of running a Void Titan, is just continuously having overshield from your Rally Barricade, and now also from 2 shield throws. And then fragments. The fragment slots are changing next season, so Bastion, I believe, will have 2 slots. So I'm going to talk about this as if there were 4 total, because this is going up from 1 to 2. So then Echo of Instability, defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. We need this now because we will not have volatile flow next season. Well, maybe we will. We don't know yet. I don't think we will have it. And then moving on to Echo of Starvation, picking up a Void Breach or Orb of Power grants Devour. Devour is super strong, especially in in-game content. To just continually refill your health is huge. It's so good. And then Echo of Persistence, Void buffs applied to you. Invisibility, Overshield, and Devour have increased duration. I just like this for easy ease of use of all these things to keep your Devour up longer, keep these overshields from Rally, Barricade, and Bastion up longer. It all just makes your life a little bit easier by having a couple more seconds of all those things. And then Echo of Harvest, defeating weakened targets with precision final blows creates an orb of power. And with this, you're going to be able to weaken more enemies because your shield throw weakens them now using Second Chance. You get 2 of these, you get 2 weakened targets, and then you get 2 orbs if you kill both of them with precision blows. Then as far as the armor stats, every in-game build I use, I like to run 100 resilience. That is just a go-to for me. Can get away with running 90 or 80, just a little bit less resilience. I really feel it when I don't run 100. And then I went for discipline and strength. Theoretically, you should be able to get your melee back by popping barrier shields, but if you decide to throw your shield at an enemy that is not a barrier champion, you don't get your melee back. So that's why I wanted to have a little bit of strength to make sure that I can still get that back by the time I do start facing a barrier champion. I don't want to be out of melee. And then for the mods, I have Heavy Ammo Finder, Heavy Ammo Scout to help the team out, and Void Siphon. Then on the gauntlets, I have Focusing Strike, grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a melee attack. It helps you get your class ability back with your melee. And then Impact Induction, causing damage with a melee attack reduces your grenade cooldown. So when you use a melee, you get class ability and grenade ability back. Then Heavy Handed, your powered melee final blows create orbs of power. I'll have to see how this works out, but if I am getting melee kills in this new season in harder content, then I will use this. I might just take this off because I probably won't be getting a ton of melee kills, but maybe I will. We'll see how it goes. So if I'm not getting melee kills, I'll run something else. Then for the chest, 3 types of resistances. Then for the legs, I have 1 stacks on stacks to hold more armor charge, which will allow me to have Void Weapon Surge for longer. 2 of these up to 17% damage boost on my Void weapons. And on my mark, got Reaper. After you use your Rally Barricade, the next kill you get an orb of power. Time dilation to increase the time on all those armor charges. Then 1-2 finisher. Finishers restore melee abilities. This is just in case you run out of melees, then you can just finish some easy target and get them back. Next season, I have no idea what the artifact's going to look like, but I'm sure that'll play a huge role into the mods and the weapons I use too. But the first thought I had to run with this is Riptide, and that's because with the shield throw with Second Chance, I have barriers taken care of, and then with Riptide, the slow, I can take care of overload champions, and with the freeze, stasis shatter effect, I can take care of unstoppable champions. So with just this one weapon, now my Second Chance Titan can take care of all 3 champions. That frees up me to run whatever weapon I want to in my heavy or my energy slot. And with that, I like to use void weapons because I'm playing off of controlled demolition and volatile and keeping my weapons volatile, things like that. So I want to stick with void weapons as much as I can. So it'll also depend on the artifact next season, which weapons are overcharged and which aren't. This retro escapade machine gun is always great, and Le Monarch is a solid end game content bow. There you have it. That's my Second Chance Titan for season 21, Season of the Deep, Destiny 2. Thank you so much for spending a little time watching this video, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe so you'll get more of these sort of videos coming up, or Destiny tips and tricks, mostly focused on Grandmaster endgame hard content. My favorite thing to do in Destiny, and I just want to help more people get more Grandmaster clears and be part of the endgame community. Thanks for watching.